So if you're like me, you probably watch a ton of YouTube and you see these really awesome moving camera shots and you say to yourself, I want to be able to do that. So you go out, you buy yourself a camera slider, and then you say, well, how do I use this thing? Today, I'm going to show you the basic moves of how to use a camera slider. So camera sliders are a great way to add some visual interest into your filmmaking, and it's also a really great storytelling device where you might not want to be so on the nose about what your character is thinking or what your interview subject is saying. You can use this to showcase the space that they're in and showcase how they're feeling within that space. It's a really awesome tool for that. And today I'm going to show you 3 basic moves on how to use this and how to begin being creative with the camera slider. I am joined by my buddy Dan here. Say hi, Dan. He's in full COVID gear today. And I'm also joined by my beautiful wife, Robin. There she is. I'm hoping this camera's holding focus. It might not, it's GH5, please forgive me. All right, so you might get a slider and you might pop your camera on top of it, start moving it left and right. You might realize, well, this isn't what it's supposed to look like. It's not really doing anything. And with any good slide shot, you need some foreground elements to move out of the way and reveal something. So in this simple left to right shot, we're gonna use this tree as my foreground element. Robin's going to come in from the right side of my frame, and as I slide, the tree is going to move out of the way and reveal the gate to where she's going. So in this left to right shot, I like to use these as establishing shots. You can really use them for a lot of things and get creative, but just to start, think of it as an establishing shot. You're showcasing the space and you're showcasing what your character or your interview subject is doing in that space. So we're gonna start here. I'm gonna put the camera on the tripod. Now, your slider will probably look different. I have a tripod head on mine because a lot of times you go right to the plate and your camera's locked in that position. So always good to invest in a small tripod head that you can keep on top. So the left and right movement is pretty self-explanatory. You're just moving this camera slider left and right. You are controlling the speed if you have one of these manual sliders like I do. You'll see the tree is blocking the gate right now. So as she starts to walk, I'm revealing the gate and just adding a little bit of visual interest to your shot. Now I actually went a little too far and I bumped it. So let's do one more take and I'll show that to you again, just a little bit slower. And timing is really everything on these shots. So it's cueing your talent to walk at the proper moment, getting the proper speed with your slider, and this all takes a lot of practice. So we're gonna take this shot again, and action. As you can see, I'm revealing the gate there. A nice establishing shot for where she's going into the woods. So the second move that I want to show you today is called the Parallax Movement, and it's similar to the first move in that you're moving left to right. But what makes this one different is that you're keeping your subject in the same spot in the frame as you move left and right. And what it does is create this really cool effect where the background is almost swirling around your subject. Really cool for some hero shots or just some even product shots, things that are just sitting on a table, you know, whatever. Looks really cool when you do it. So the way you do that is you want to center your subject in the frame. Just to start, you can always get better at this and have them left and right. But for now, let's say you center your subject in the frame, and as you're slowly moving left or right, you're also panning left or right. So this is a move that takes a while to get really good at and a lot of practice, because you're not only have to time your speed on your left and right movement, but you also have to time your speed on your pan to match up so that they look good together. Once you do master it, it looks really cool. So the last move I'm going to show you is moving forward and back. And you might think it's the same as moving left to right, but if you think of how Hollywood uses camera movements of moving forward and back, you can use it to really move in on your subject and show what they're feeling emotionally. Or think back to the shot with Robin where the camera was revealing the gate. Moving backward can also showcase the space and how it relates to the character, and it could show some more emotion, show that maybe they're feeling alone as the camera's moving away from them. So one important thing to note about all of these moves is setting your focus. And if you have a camera with great autofocus, you might be able to get away with leaving it in autofocus. But a camera like this, the GH5S, has really poor autofocus. And if I were to leave it on and I slide from behind a tree to my subject, it might stay focused on the tree, or it might not pull focus to the right thing in the background. So you want to be sure that you set your focus before you start your shot. Always set it where you want your shot to end on your subject. So if you're going left to right, set it onto the background where your subject is. And if you're going forward and back, or back to forward, set it at the end point of your slider so that when you come to the stop on your slide, your subject will be in focus. That's all I've got for you today. Please share with me in the comments of how you like to use your slider. If you found this video helpful, like this video, and please subscribe to my channel. Any little support that you can give really helps me out and really helps me to continue making these videos with you. All right, so thanks again, until next time.